Hello everyone, welcome to Dhaapps. This is the introduction to C course. Today we are interested to learn about pointers, what are pointers and how to use pointers in a C code. So without wasting much time, let us plunge directly into the topic. So first of all, I would like to say about what is a pointer. So before saying that, I would like to give a brief concept about how all these variables and all these values and everything is stored in the memory. So whatever we are assigning these values to the variable, suppose we are writing int x is equal to 5 or something like that. So actually all these variables, all this data actually goes and gets stored in the memory. So there must be some particular order or a particular sequence in which this needs to be stored in the memory so that it can be accessed as and when required or replaced as and when required as the user wants it to be. So here comes the role of the pointer. So every variable has a particular memory location actually. So every variable has a particular memory location. Now the question is how to access the memory location. And here I would like to also say that suppose I want to make a change in the value of the particular variable. Suppose instead of x is equal to 5, I want to increment the value of x. Suppose I want to make it 6 or I want to make it 4. So any changes in this particular variable can be done in two ways. Either by altering the variable's value that is directly in the code, that is I can write x is equal to x plus 1. The other method to permanently change it and can be changed from anywhere is to do it by a change in the memory location. Is to do a change in the memory location. So the latter one requires the concept of pointer. And now I will open up my notepad and I will show you all how to do it in a notepad. So suppose I write int x is equal to 5. So int x is equal to 5. So this is a standard variable. Now what happens over here is that there is a particular space in the memory that has been created for this particular variable x. So it has got two layers actually. It has got two layers. The first layer is actually the value layer that is having the value 5 in this case, and the second layer is actually the base layer that is having the value of the memory location of x. That is something 0x something like that. So how to access this memory location in the code? How to access this memory location in the code? So we will use this symbol that is the ampersand symbol for accessing the memory location in this of this particular variable. So I guess all of you remember that we have used this ampersand sign when we were taking the input of the variable actually. While taking the input of the variable, we are actually taking the input in the memory location. So this ampersand is a very crucial and a very important part of a Python code. So using this is one of the most dangerous. This is one of the most useful as well as one of the most dangerous things in C code in a C code actually. So what happens over here is that using this particular the concept of this ampersand, we can change the value of the variable and everything in one line, and at the same time using the concept of this pointer or this ampersand, we can directly disable the keyboard, mouse, or the monitor or anything, and thus create small virus from this. So this is the main reason why this Ubuntu and also other open source Linux operating systems are written in C language. Why? Because C language is used for both making a virus as well as making an antivirus. So that is the reason, and we'll be using this asterisk to actually denote that which one is a pointer variable and which one is not a pointer variable. So now I'll be printing the look at the memory location of a particular variable. So here I start writing hash include stdio.h and then int main. So here I will be writing the main code actually. So int x equal to 5. Now printf comma ampersand x return 0. Now I'll save it where I was saving it the previous time actually. So that is the method in which I'll be saving it. I'll get to the code actually. So I'll be copying this whole thing to a command prompt terminal. So it will be, sorry, and now gcc point, that's right. So gcc point dot c minus o hello. So hello dot exe. So this is actually the memory location of this x, this variable x actually. So now coming to the concept of the asterisk now. Now suppose I want to store this particular variable into a pointer variable. So how will I do it? So int asterisk y. So this is actually a new thing, a new one. So y is equal to ampersand x, suppose. And now I go and print maybe y over here. And now if I run it, let me see what happens. So this is actually the means as I'm compiling the code, it gets changed actually. So and when we are using this ampersand, we are actually trying to access the the memory address of that particular variable. And when we are using this asterisk, we are actually trying to grab the particular value of this particular address, the value that is stored as this particular address. So, if later time permits, then we shall see various examples where this particular pointer actually comes handy. This particular pointer comes in handy in various situations like dynamic memory allocation in C and such other conditions. And we will find numerous applications of this pointer in the subsequent parts. That is, if you want to go and study data structures and algorithms and all such things. So if you have to study more about that, then pointer is the first thing that we need to know. So that was one of the most important concepts in C. So so that was all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.